Hi again. We're in the next tutorial, and this particular tutorial is about how to upload various types of content for your courses, from lecture notes to lecture slides to videos to audios, images, any multimedia content that you would like to upload. This is a tutorial that takes you through that. So I will go straight into Pages. The Pages link allows me to create various or to upload various items into this particular section. The index page of the Pages section allows me to add a page at the top right corner. So I'll click on add a page, give it a name, and I will maybe introduction to the course. I can give a brief. I can give a brief of the course. I can give a brief about myself as a faculty member or the lecturer for the course. etc. So basically, what is it that you really want to tell, communicate to the student about this particular course? So once you're done with that, you can scroll down and there'll be a save button that will be available. Right now I'm just clicking on save. Remember, save and publish allows it to be visible for the students. Right now I do not want to do that. So I'll just click on save, and that will be the first page I've created. So that I have created on my own by using the rich text editor provided by the Digital Campus to do so. Next, for example, if I have a course outline, I'll click on View All Pages, and I want to add the course outline or the syllabus for my course. So I will click on Add a Page and give it as course outline, the title to be course outline. And at this particular point, you can now pick a file that is already stored somewhere in your computer. And to do that, I can, on the right side of the screen, there's a section for insert content into the page. You can be able to insert a link, you can insert a file, or you can insert an image. So at this particular point, I just want to click on insert a file. If your files have been uploaded in the files folder, you will get to see them listed here, or you can click on upload a new file. This will bring a button that allows you to now choose a document within your directory to do the same. So I will just look at my first lecture, and I'll click on open. And sorry, that's not it's my course outline that I require. So I will click on a particular course outline, and I'm assuming that that particular document will be somewhere on my machine, and I will click on the upload button, and you will notice that once the file has been uploaded, you'll actually get to see it on the rich text, the rich content editor, or the text editor on the left side. You can maybe give a brief description about it. You can say this is a course outline. And once you're done with that, you can scroll down and click on the save button. So now you are done with uploading your course outline. The next thing is, we still remember on the right side, before we get to view all pages, there's a publish button which will allow you to publish that particular course outline. You can be able to edit it, which takes us back to the page where you're able to add a page, and the settings allows you to delete it and get to see view page history. For now, we'll just go back and click on view all pages for us now to continue adding the pages. So I will click on add, and now maybe I want to add my first lecture. I also want to upload it, so I'll click on files, click on upload a new file, choose a file, and maybe select lecture 1, assuming that I have content already somewhere in a folder on my computer, and you click on upload. And once I'm done with that, I will get to notice that the file name has been loaded into the rich text editor. And I can also give a brief description about this. This is an introduction to the course. So once I'm done with that, I can scroll down and again click on save. Now, would I want to embed, for example, an introductory course on research methods? I can, let's say, search for that video, a very appropriate video on YouTube, for example. So I'll get to YouTube, and from here I can be able to type in research methods, and we recommend that you have short videos for students, because you also don't want to have them bored. So we have quite a number of videos you can see, and we are trying to look at something that will just introduce the students to the course. So I'll look for introduction to research methodology, and again there are so many here, so I can maybe pick this one that talks about several things. So what I'll do, I'll click on the video.
Greetings, fellow researchers. This is
I will not play it right now. At the bottom of the video, there's there's a link called share. Now, many of us have shared videos either to their social media pages like Facebook, Twitter, and so on. But for this particular time, we are not sharing it to any of the social media pages. We are actually going to pick it up from where it is and put it into the digital campus. And for that, you have to click on embed. And once you click on embed, you will get to see the video file on the left side, and on the right side, there is code which you need to copy and take back to the digital campus and paste it there for this particular video to be embedded. So what I'll do, I'll just click anywhere where you can see this particular code written. You don't really need to understand what that means for now. And once you're done with that, you can click on copy at the bottom and go back to your research methods class or course where you want to upload this material. You'll click on view all pages so that you can be able to add another page, and I'll click on add page, maybe call it lecture 1 video, and instead of now pasting it to the rich content editor, I will on the right side come and click on HTML editor, and come to the editor here and right click and select paste. Now notice the code that you actually copied from your from the YouTube page has now been copied and is pasted here. And what happens is that this particular video will be embedded within the digital campus, and the student will not have to go to YouTube to get to watch that video. They'll be able to watch it right within the digital campus. So once you're done with that, notice I can always go back to view all pages to add more of my pages. So I'll also do for lecture 2 and lecture 3. So I'll type in lecture 2, and I will maybe add a file. So when I click on file, I can click on upload a new file. I'll choose a file, and since I have it somewhere on my folder, I can click on it, and then I can click on upload a file. And once I'm done with that, I can always you'll notice that that particular file name will be added to the editor, and I can give a brief description about it. This is lecture 2. Of course, you may talk more than what I'm just writing now. This is lecture 2, and that's it. So once you're done with that, you can click on save again, and you'll notice that it is also added to the rest of the pages that you created. So you can click on view all pages for you to do the same, and you'll get to see already the number of pages that you've added. Now what about if I want in this particular week or this particular lecture, I'd like to also follow it up with a case study. So maybe I can look for case studies in, let's say, sampling, or let's say research methods, and I can, okay, this will give okay, so let's just assume there's a link I want to look into and I want the students to get into it. So I have opened this particular page, and maybe this is what I want the students to read once they are here. So I can go back to pages, click on add page, and I can say lecture 2 case. Then instead of now adding a file, I will now link to a new page. What would you call the page? For example, it is called case studies, case study research. So I can call it case study research, and I can now insert the link. So sorry, I a link to a new page, sorry. And then paste that there. Sorry. I'll copy this and come here and paste it, and I will click on insert the link, and you'll notice that the link has been added to my HTML editor, so I will have it there. And once I'm done with that, I can click on save. I think I didn't copy it well. It's okay, we'll check on that. And when I click on view all pages, I can be able to see all the pages that I've added. Let me just do one more for the pages. So I'll add a page, maybe call it lecture 3. Upload the file on the right side, select upload a new file, choose the file, select the file that I want uploaded, click on open, and then at the bottom there's the upload button, and you have uploaded lecture 3. You'll get to notice the file being copied or pasted into the content editor. And once I'm done with that, I can click on save. Now once I've done or I've created all my pages that I want the student to get to see, the next thing is now to modularize or actually create modules to have that logical flow for learning for the students. And for that, I will have to click on modules, and modules allows you, even there's already a brief description of what modules is here. Modules allows you to organize your assignments, your pages, your files into smaller sections or units. So we want to look at how to create these modules, and then into those modules populate them with the pages that we have just uploaded. Remember, modules is just for logical flow or sequencing of the content that you have just uploaded. So we will start off by clicking on add a module, and I will talk about maybe introduction to the course, and I'll click on the add module. Notice the first module has been added. I will then click on add module again. Let me just add all the modules, and then we'll see how we can populate each of the modules. I'll call this week 1. So we definitely want our students to know what they need to be studying in each and every week. So I'll start off, well, sequence and name the modules by weeks. We have normally a 15 trimester week at KEMU. So the first week is normally used for registration, the last 2 weeks for examinations. So in between, the 12 weeks are the ones that we use for teaching. So you can create 12 modules for the 12 weeks so that it actually tells the student what to do for each particular week. So once I'm done with week 1, I'll also add another module, call it week 2, and click on add. Would you want to add a prerequisite, meaning that you want week 1 to be read before they get into week 2? You can select the prerequisite to be week 1 and you click on add module, and you'll notice that once week 2 has been added, you'll get to see that on the right side here. Then I'll add week 3. We'll just go to week 3 for just demo purposes, and once I'm done with that, I can also add a prerequisite here and say week 2. Click on add module, and now you have your modules created, but you haven't yet uploaded content into each of those modules. So we have on the right side an add button against each and every of the module names. So I will click the add button for introduction to the course. It will ask me what do you want to add. From the drop down, I can be able to add various items here, and I'll select content page because I had uploaded everything to the pages folder. So I'll click on introduction to the course and click on add item, and because as part of the introduction to the course I also want the course outline, I will also click on add and select course outline from the content page, remember, and select add item. Now you will notice that under the module introduction to the course there'll be something about me and the course, and then there'll be the course outline. Under week 1, I now come again and add an item to week 1, and maybe I want lecture 1 to be added to week 1, and also I want to add lecture 1 video. So I'll click on that and select add item, and now you'll notice from the content pages that we added in the pages section, those two have now been used to populate what the student needs to do in week 1. Then we have week 2, same thing. You click on the add icon or the add button, and it allows me to select what is it that I want to add, and I can click on content page, select week lecture 2 and click on add item, and I can also add the case that I also put up and click on add item again, and you'll notice that each one of these items now have been added into week 2. I can go to week 3, for example, and again the content page, and now from here I can be able to add lecture 3 and click on add item, and you'll notice that those items have been added into each of the weeks. I will also show you how to pick a file. If you've not even uploaded it into the pages section, you can still click on add and then you select file, and now because you'll notice that it's not part of what I have uploaded, I can select on new file, and then I can choose something that is within my folder by clicking on the choose file button. Maybe let's just pick this again and select open and click on add item, and you'll notice that it has also been added into my week 3. So once I'm done with that, I now have to publish and make my content available. Remember, all the content is still only visible to you as a faculty member. So you click on the cloud icon that you see here, which stands for publishing. So I'll click on it and notice it changes from gray to green, and I'll do that for all the icons that you see against each week for each module and the items within the module. And that allows me now to have everything published for my students. So the students will now be able to get to view all of my content. Now once you're done with that, for Kemo we want to ensure that this is what the student gets to see as their home page. Once they log into the system, we want them to be able to already see what the flow of learning will be like for the entire semester. And so once you're done with uploading your pages, modularizing them or creating the various modules, you now click on Home, and within Home you can now select on the right side, choose a home page, so that the student does not just get to see these when they log in, because it's a bit confusing for them. So instead, if you select the home page to be from the modules, then you'll notice that it also gives the student a proper feel and flow of how the course will be like. So once they log in, you'll get to see that there'll be the introduction to the course, what they need to cover for week 1, what they need to cover for week 2, etc. But as a faculty member or as a lecturer, it's always good to see what actually is the student seeing on their side. The Digital Campus allows you to do so by clicking on Settings. And when you click on Settings, one of the facilities or the buttons that you see on the right side is Student View. You can click on Student View and it will get to show you exactly what the student gets to see once they log in into your course. So if I click on Introduction to the course, you'll get to see a brief about what we had typed. Then there'll be a button called Next to take me to the next page. Notice it talks about the course outline. Again, I can be able to download it for offline reading. Then I can click on Next again. It takes me to Lecture 1. There's my PowerPoint slide here. Again, available for download. I can click on Next here again. And notice the video that we embedded will now be visible. I can click on it to play it. I'm not doing that for now. And then you can click on Next again. It takes me to Lecture 2 and so on. So once you're done or you're happy with exactly what you're seeing on the student's view, you can now have or click on the Publish button for the students to be able to view their content. But ideally, you get to notice once you have published all of these, automatically it even picks the course status to be published. And that is a brief about how you can upload the various types of lecture content into your Digital Campus and create a logical flow for the students to learn and setting the home page. Thank you.